This is about to be a wild segment. First, they were shaving their heads in outrage over President-elect Trump's win over Vice President Kamala Harris. But now, listen to this. Women are getting sterilized after Donald Trump's victory, saying it's their only option. Newsweek spoke to 5 women who have undergone the procedure or plan to do so in the wake of the election. The women say they did it over their fear that the Trump administration will take away their reproductive rights. One told the outlet she felt, quote, the election tied her hands. Emily, I want to delve deeper into that individual who said that. Let's pull this up. This is Newsweek. Last week, a 39-year-old from Washington State, that is very young, who did not want to be named, underwent a bilateral salpingectomy. Hopefully I said that right, in which her fallopian tubes were removed. Quote, I am not happy that I felt forced into a surgery. I did not want to alter my body. I feel like the election tied my hands. Forced me to be sterilized. This is horrible. She says, with Trump's victory, we quickly learned my choice to cancel the surgery had been taken away. What does she mean by that?
What? I'm sorry. I view that as the most perverted joke of someone who is totally missing the point. And that is that President Donald Trump actually empowers every single person, that their vote actually counts, that the Roe v. Wade being overturned meant that it restored the power to the people on the individual level, on the state basis. And I wish that that person had used clearly the platform that she was granted and clearly the money that she has to better use, which would be for advocacy, for local elections, for local community work, and for actually educating others rather than totally destroying her body. And when you contrast that with all of the countries who are currently at war, with at Ukraine, with Israel, with Hamas, with so many people who are just barely surviving today, and she has the money to elect to destroy her body and any hope for reproduction for the most insane interpretation of this president who is assuming office. I am shocked, and who I feel the most horrified for and the most sorry for are her parents.
Well, it's not just the women, it's the men too. I thought all the liberal men got their vasectomies at the DNC. Apparently not. So let's pull up this headline. Vasectomies rise 1,200% after Donald Trump election win. And to that, we go to our resident male, Brian Kilmeade.
Right. Thanks for not asking me Emily's question. You lost me at fallopian. But a couple of things. I mean, I thought this was a joke. I thought this was like from the Weekly World News. I mean, obviously, number one, you are losing your reproductive rights by taking them away from yourself. Yes. So I'd rather take it away from myself. But it's also good news for the Trump fans. There's going to be very few. They're not going to, or Trump haters are not going to be reproducing, which could be good for the MAGA world, who have not reacted that way. They probably, I like to see a study, a pie chart, but I imagine there's more MAGA people being created at this moment because they're elated about the result.
Maybe.
More on that later.
Yes, well, and we also have poisonings for you if you didn't like the former 2 topics. This is crazy, literally crazy. So women online have taken to filming ghoulish murder fantasy videos in which they romanticize lacing men's beverages with deadly poison as a justifiable response to fears about abortion rights under Donald Trump. They're calling it the Make Aqua Tofana Great Again. Aqua Tofana Kennedy is a 17th century Italian woman who sold poison to wives who wished to kill their abusive husbands, and this is a fad online.
Yeah, she's considered the most prolific serial killer in history.
I knew you knew who she was.
But it's really terrifying because, you know, I look at the women who were shaving their heads and the ones who were having their fallopian tubes removed, and I'm like, maybe for the better. You know, it's like you seem very unstable.
Right.
Parenting is tough. Like, you probably don't want to get into that game. It might be better for society as a whole. And also, you know, it's like, go ahead and advertise the crazy. So men can go ahead and find some women who actually might be more amenable wives. It might be more fun partners. So if this is what you do, if this is what politics drives you to, get a hobby.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're taking things way, way too seriously and also seeking a lot of attention for something and just advertising very oddly and also advertising your own mental unwellness.
Seems easier to move abroad than get a surgery.
Well, I don't know. You might ask Ellen DeGeneres and Portia about that. They're having a tough time right now. That weather has caught up with them, sadly. Undiagnosed mental health issues in this country are not a joke. And I am concerned wholeheartedly that where we have gotten now with the sort of political victimhood that these women are talking about is really dangerous. Like, we're not really looking at how much damage this causes down the line. maybe one of these people will end up being, you know, an aunt or a parent or something like that. And this is who we're dealing with. I mean, this is a sickness that we're talking about now. And the United States of Attention, that's not what the A stands for.
Yes.
It is the United States of America. And it is troubling that we have so many people who are so thirsty you can't quench the thirst, so they do surgery on themselves. No wonder this is the political party who thought it was okay to secretly, without a parent's permission, do surgery on a child who might be confused about a gender issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's self-mutilation. That's what this is. And it is unacceptable and untenable. And I look at this as people who really need help.
And one of the Newsweek women, to your point, did not tell her family about her surgery, but talked to Newsweek under condition of anonymity.
Attention.
Exactly.
The A is for America.
How does that make sense, guys?
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.